very intriguing primetime game. Two teams in the SEC West hungry for a win. Auburn and Arkansas tonight, 7:45 Eastern Time. McFadden up a couple of fumbles in a non-conference game. Kind of mad at himself this week, and he'll be hungry to take on Auburn. Remember that McFadden's rushing numbers against ranked teams and rushing numbers against conference opponents, typically tougher, are better than his career average. This is really desperation time, though. The defending champs in the West are 0-2, still don't have Marcus Monk. They don't have any healthy receivers, so look for a lot of tricky plays, maybe some new formations from McFadden, Felix Jones, Peyton Hillis. I mean, they're going to try whatever. They're going to empty the bucket against
Auburn.
They
have to. And you know, you always say, we remember. And I think that's one of the things about this game is Arkansas going to Auburn and not only beating them, but embarrassing Auburn at home. And Darren McFadden had a huge game running the football. This Auburn team's been an interesting story, one of the more bizarre stories of the entire year. First 3 games, 13 turnovers, couldn't do anything right. Backup quarterbacks in as a freshman starting. All of a sudden, the last 3, they've been able to hold on to the football. 3 freshmen starting on the offensive line. The continuity is there, and more importantly, the confidence is there after going to the Swamp and winning. I personally think Auburn can go in there, slow down Darren McFadden enough to give the ball back to Brandon Cox. I think the Tigers win this one.
I think it's a very important game personally for McFadden, and obviously for Arkansas. He is very keen to do well. He's still 3rd in rushing. He's still very much in the Heisman hunt, if you believe all the straw polls. Our Heisman Trophy winner, Desmond Howard, of course, hanging out in the bus there. And Desmond, I'm going to ask you, obviously you have a vote. What do you need to see from McFadden in the last 7 games to think that he's deserving of joining your club?
Well, Chris, when I look at a candidate, I look at 2 things, his performance and his competition. Now, Darren, I'm looking for a signature moment from him, like Doug Flutie against Miami, even Jason White against Texas A&M. That signature moment where either he turns the game around or he wins it on his shoulders. He almost did that against Alabama, but you know they lost that game. The second thing is the competition. Like you guys said, today against Auburn is going to be big. But then later in the season, he has Tennessee on the road, and he has to go to Baton Rouge to take on the LSU Tigers. If he can play a great game against one of those 3 and come out with a great performance, I think he's going to be right back up there at the head of the race. But one thing he cannot afford to do, and that's fumble the ball. He'll be back at home in Fayetteville at the beginning of December if he does that.
One of the things about the Heisman is I've never seen a race as wide open as the race is now going into October 13th, and there isn't a front runner. This race is wide open. I think you have to continue to say who is the best player in college football, and it's Darren McFadden. Darren McFadden right now has to be the front runner going into the game against Auburn, but that's just for today. This thing could be won easily in the month of November with a big game, the game that you guys are talking about.
Well, you say Auburn wins tonight, so that he's not going to be the head of the class. Game. All right, primetime game on ESPN. Hogs hungry for a win, 0-2 in the conference. Here comes Auburn, suddenly clicking now. Who gets this win?
Boy, Arkansas needs this one really, really bad. They won 3 games at home this year. I'm going with Arkansas. Running game to beat Auburn. Yeah, I'm going to go with
this. This is ESPN primetime game. I think it's the most intriguing game of the day because it's going to be the most competitive game of the day. I think Auburn has revenge on their mind because of last year with Darren McFadden did. I think the young freshmen up front have built that continuity. Brandon Cox throwing. I like Auburn.
The kick, Brian Vavra has it teed up at the 30. 72,000 on hand for a showdown game in the SEC. Fannin. Nice return after about the 28-yard line.
And on the offensive line, holding it down, SEC lineman of the week, Tyrone Green. And then on the right side, in the trenches as well, Arkansas native Lee Zimmer.
Stewart is the fullback. Thank you, Carl. Brad Lester, the tailback, who missed the first half of the season on an academic suspension. He'll get the start tonight after 77. Fannin on the toss. Cuts back right into traffic and is swarmed under.
Boy, look at the Red Hats going to the football. I mean, that's what Arkansas has to do tonight. They've got a flyer.
As they have incredible depth at that position now. Blitz coming. Rodriguez-Smith can't get it. Contact. First and goal. Lester. Nothing. Second and goal. Cox. Tipped. Almost intercepted.
Watch Tommy Trott come in motion underneath. Nobody picks him up. And if Robinson doesn't get his hands on the football, that's an easy touchdown.
Blitz coming. Fannin forced out at the 5. Chance when we come back.
Kick take as many deep kicks, and they go with the pooch early.
McFadden, or rather Jones, who is third in the country, or excuse me. Thank you, Darren. McFadden will get the toss. 3rd and 7.
It's running
down.
3rd and 7, and you see a pitch. I mean, those Wild Hogs.
Lester trying to get outside. Now he cuts back.
Start the year in the league.
Cox, short set, incomplete. Ben Tate is in as the tailback. He picks up a blitzing defender. Pass complete to Rodriguez Smith, and Smith spun down by the strong safety Michael Grant. Going into the most hostile environments conceivable on the road in the SEC. Tuberville has won 13 of his last.
Very good run they've been on.
Tate.
And speaking of running, that's what they want to do.
3-man rush. Rodriguez Smith makes the catch short. Arkansas from the 28. Complete out to midfield and in Auburn territory, the 45-yard line to Bo Harris.
Well, he lined up in the slot, and he's the leading receiver. That's his 18th catch on the season. Has excellent hands, and I love the call by David Lee.
You mentioned he is the leading receiver. The wide receivers, as McFadden gets a carry, breaks a tackle, and turns the corner.
Really thin at the receiver possession.
Nice play fake to throw again. First down at the 29-yard line. Reggie Stewart was the motion man. Cox wants a screen. And he intentionally. 3rd and very long. Cox pressured. And throws it away. That time he was out. Has anybody ever won the Heisman Trophy after losing to Appalachian State? There's another trivia question. I bet the answer is no. Set to have a banner year as a senior. Lester wrapped up in the backfield, fights forward to the 25. 3rd and long. Basically no rush. 3 guys up front. They drop 8. The pass completed underneath to Montez Billings. Billings trying. Ben Tate is the tailback. And he's racked up as he got to the hole.
But he's been there twice.
3rd and 6. Casey Dick. In the pocket, throws. That's going to be a first down as Dick throws a strike after the 30. Lester trying to get outside and run down at the 6. And there, Houston.
Coach, now you see how Auburn's defense will play in the first half. What changes must you make in your running game to get it going?
We got to hold our blocks a little bit better. We're falling off blocks. They got a great defense, but we can block better than that.
How do you guys make it so you're not one-dimensional now?
Well, we got to mix it up. We got to throw. We know that, and the pass to Peyton Hillis got to do that a little bit more. That's where you miss Monk.
All right, thanks.
Thank you, Holly. The halftime score: Auburn 3, Arkansas 0. Going to football-wise, Darren McFadden just moved into 10th place all-time SEC rushing. Here's a pass to Hillis, and Hillis knocked out of bounds right at the sticks.
Wants to be involved.
Dick overthrows a receiver at the 15. The crowd wanted a flag. They're not going to get it. Have been intentional throwaways when he didn't have anything. Boy, and Lester ran right into Ernest.
Cody Burns will be the quarterback, and Cody Burns is a kid from down the road here. Fort Smith, Arkansas, played at Northside High School. Has been involved in the Auburn offense. Actually started one game this year. More of a running quarterback than is Brandon Cox.
And you just saw Houston Nutt, after he got the explanation, say, "You've got to be kidding me."
Yeah. Well, you hear the crowd booing. I don't know that they're booing the call anymore. I think they're booing Cody Burns, the Arkansas kid who's coming in to play quarterback for Auburn.
Could be. And they're leading 3-0. Burns on another keeper to Lester on the toss.
Falls on the ground.
And it looked like Arkansas had the best shot at it. And Arkansas got it back. Holy cow.
Take a look here on this play. Weston Dacus is the guy that's going to strip the ball out. and it stays in the field of play, and Arkansas comes up with it. After 2 bonehead plays, Weston Dacus bails them out with a tremendous play on the sideline.
He saved the bacon.
One thing I absolutely love to eat when I can find it is some good fried catfish. Now, I don't like the whole catfish with the bones and the head. I like the thin fillets, lightly breaded. And here at Fayetteville, I found a spot owned by a couple of die-hard Razorback fans, Pat and Janie Gazzola, that is outstanding. And it's appropriately named the Catfish Hole. The catfish here comes with fries and all the fixings. Pickles, green tomato relish, some beans, coleslaw, and the thing I think that puts this place over the top, made from scratch hush puppies. And if you're really nice and ask, they'll bring some melted honey butter to go with them. Oh, sweet mercy.
The starting lineup, number 77 at left tackle.
Cox can't get away from the blitz down. Arkansas takes over, looking to get that ground game going, and here's McFadden on the direct snap. Anything they can do to get McFadden.
But that with that also comes unrealistic expectations in a lot of
Just fell behind to Louisville. Cox, nice fake, throws it away. I don't know if he got outside. 15-play drive. Arkansas came with some pressure. Good protection for Cox. Throws, tipped, incomplete.
Nice play. And really, we saw him make the change about midway through the Alabama game. Not as much press coverage, more off coverage. He still likes to play man, but he's doing it with off coverage, not as aggressive in that press coverage. And Michael Grant can't play it any better than that.
One possession. Can they get back on track?
Substitute his front people, bringing in all new defensive linemen after that. Chances are they're going to run out of this one.
Fakes it to Jones. Now he goes back to throw. They were looking deep, and they're still looking deep.
Oh, boy.
And there is a flag at the 28-yard line.
Pass interference, number 4, defense.
They got bailed out.
First down.
They got bailed out. This is a pass.
And caught. What a play at the 41-yard line.
Right on him, and he had to throw it quickly. And Hillis goes to the ground, gets both hands under the football, and makes a clutch catch. You know,
that's tremendous.
You run that play hoping that he can catch that on the move, and you get a big play, but it's good.
Jones. Big hole. First down, Arkansas. Jones. Inside the 5. Are you killed by the Arkansas offense?
Here it is. Power again. This time it bounces outside. Peyton Hillis with a big block on the corner. London Crawford, the wide receiver, a big block down the field. It's the same power play, and they finally have found some breathing room against this
10-yard line. Lucas Miller. And what a throw from Casey Dick. Long scores with 1:36 to go in the game to take the lead. How about that? Arkansas at home. SportsCenter is coming up next.